Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene Edwards. You are watching Lubed Live as the Edmonton Oilers took on the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight and actually beat them quite handily. This was a very fun game to watch. I don't know what it is, if it's Mattias Ekholm's presence, but boy, oh boy, this is the best defensive game I think I've seen since Duncan Keith was on the roster. This team really looked very defensively sound. You got to remember, Toronto's got O'Reilly. They got Matthews. They got Marner. They got Tavares. They got an polyphony of offense, and they were held at bay today. This also could be some of the residual effects from the Boston Bruins game. Maybe they went over some tape and said, hey, if you want to be a championship team, this is what you got to do, because Boston did do a good job. Speaking of which, I do want to correct a comment that I said in the last video with the Boston Bruins. I said Marchand had a cut thigh. It was actually his calf that got cut. So I do want to correct myself. Hey, from time to time, especially when I'm doing this live, I'm going to make a few mistakes. And I don't mind being corrected on them. That I actually wasn't corrected on. I just wanted to correct it for myself. But it's been a busy day, a very busy day in the NHL. So before I get into the Leafs game and the whole Matias.Ekholm thing, I'm really wondering what TSN and what Sportsnet's going to do on Friday, because there's not a whole bunch of pieces left. As Chychrun was dealt to the Sens tonight, Jonathan Quick was traded for Korpisalo and Gavrikov. I don't like that. LA is so much stronger, and we got to remember, the LA Kings, when they played us last year, they didn't have Drew Doughty, and they took us to 7 games. They're going to have Drew Doughty, they're going to have Gavrikov, they're going to have Korpisalo. They're going to be a very strong and formidable opponent. However, what I saw today with Ekholm, I'm pretty impressed, and we're going to go over some of his initial numbers as an Edmonton Oiler. Is Holland done? So there's rumors now that Tyler Bertuzzi and Nick Bukestad there might be something in the works for that. We'll see what happens. But we will see. And I'm going to give a special credit to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins tonight for responding to a massive check that happened in the third period on Kyler Yamamoto. He dropped the mitts and answered the bell. Awesome. Way to go, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Okay, let's take a look at the scoring summary for this game, as it started off with Connor McDavid. Like, it's almost just, I might as well just go on repeat on this, because it's always the same story. McDavid, power play goal from Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 1-0. Then it was David Kemp for the Toronto Maple Leafs scoring at 12:15. That was from Mitch Marner. And then it was Connor McDavid again, his 52nd from Klim Kostin and Zach Hyman. And just a beautiful play. And then Zach Hyman, of course, getting on the board as well, or getting a goal as well. He was on the board with the McDavid goal. So he had a good night against his ex-team. And then to add, Mattias Ekholm gets his first assist as an Edmonton Oiler. And that was from McDavid. That now is McDavid's third point of the night. And then we go into the second period where Kyler Yamamoto scores one. This is from Cody Ceci and Darnell Nurse. Klim Kostin gets on the board, his 10th from Ryan McLeod and Warren Fogle. And then Mitch Marner caps it off on the power play, his 21st. But it ends up a 5-2 final for the Edmonton Oilers. Amazing game. Ekholm, considering he probably didn't sleep very well last night, and then he had to fly to Edmonton today. He played a pretty good game. He had 20-plus minutes, too. So for a guy that played that, I got to give him props for his effort. So that takes us now to the updated standings here. And I'm just going to squeeze that down. Just 1 second. As the Edmonton Oilers once again bounce back into the third place position, they did have the last wild card position. But this win bounces them back. It's going to constantly change. Game after game after game, it's going to change. Up, down, up, down. But what I saw today was, like I said, I'm not even kidding you when I say this, probably the best defensive-minded game since Duncan Keith was on that team. And I don't know if it was Ekholm's presence, because they'd never had a practice together. They barely met. They basically met each other tonight on the ice. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I like the way the Oilers played tonight, for sure, with 100% certainty. Yeah.
Richardson to McGillis, scores! The Edmonton Oilers have tied the game!
Here are your Edmonton Oilers X Factors for tonight.
I forgot I was transitioning to the X Factor. My apologies, guys. One thing I do on the X Factor, I definitely don't do enough, is give Connor McDavid credit. And yeah, he is going to be my X Factor for tonight. And the reason why I don't give Connor McDavid credit, it's just so natural for him to be amazing every single night. 3-point night, 2 goals, 1 assist. He was also the Molson Star winner for, I guess, the month of February. He's probably January. Oh, no, I think January was Zach Hyman. But he is just, I think it's gone to the point that we don't appreciate him as much anymore, because it's so normal to see this on a night in, night out basis. 3-point night. I was asked by one of my viewers a couple days ago, I think it was, do I think he'll get 60 goals? I said yes, and then I think the question was 150 points. I'm not exactly sure on that. I'm sorry, I think, yeah, he's going to hit both of those totals. So whoever it was that asked me that question, I changed my mind. He's going to hit both those totals. This guy is like, he's not from this planet. Like, this is crazy what we're witnessing. And I'm hoping that you guys out there really honestly understand what we are witnessing, because this is something that is crazy. It really is. Okay, so let's get into, let me close that down. Let's dive into Ekholm's numbers for tonight and some of the stuff that he brought to the table. As in his debut, he was able to get, he was a +2, had 2 block shots, 2 shots on goal, 3 hits, and he had 20 minutes and 50 seconds of ice time. Not bad for a guy that just flew from Nashville this morning, played a game with his new team with unfamiliarity, and was able to do that. So I'm already liking this trade quite a bit. I think this is what we needed. We definitely needed to get our defense going a little bit stronger. And yeah, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? I think he did a fabulous job. I'm going to go into the upcoming schedule, as the Edmonton Oilers now take on a back-to-back situation against the Winnipeg Jets. It's going to be a tough road ahead for these Oilers, but I'm feeling confident. I think that Boston Bruins game was a good kick in the ass for them to understand what it takes to become a winner, because everyone knows Boston is #1 in the league right now, and what they've been doing, whatever formula they're using, works. So upcoming next, they got Winnipeg for a set of 2 starting on Saturday night at Rogers, or Friday night at Rogers Place, sorry. Then they got the Sabres, then they got the Bruins again. It's going to be interesting to see the rematch, and it's going to be interesting to see the rematch of the Maple Leafs also, which is coming up. So we'll see. It is a bit of a tough schedule, but after this whole deadline thing is done, we'll see if the Oilers add more pieces or not. But I am liking what I'm seeing right now. I am liking. Okay. I'm going to go into your questions and comments, and I believe you guys actually left some comments here. So let's check it out here. Okay, Dolaney. Connor had himself a night. You betcha, Dolaney. Thanks for chiming in. I'm surprised that Tyson Dolaney, for those of you guys, I'm sure most of you guys out there know who Tyson Dolaney is. He's been doing this channel for, I think, 10 plus years. He's got tens of thousands of subscribers. So right on, Dolaney. And yes, Tyson, I definitely did enjoy this one. This was a pleasure to watch. This was, like I said, to watch them play defensively structured. And I'm not kidding when I say this. I'm going to say this for the third time. This is, the last time I saw this was when Duncan Keith was on that. And I think Ekholm is going to bring that calming demeanor to the team. I'm hoping. Oh, and a nice note also, which I forgot to mention. Well, Devin Shore, got to give him props for giving up the number 14 to Ekholm so he can still be with that number. He now occupies the number 19, which was formerly worn by Mika Koskinen. And if you really want to go back years, Marty Reisner. So way to go for Devin. That was good. That was really, really good. I think that's about all I got for tonight, guys. Yeah, I think that's about it. I will do my preview for the Winnipeg Jets game, I believe, tomorrow. I will be doing that. And then we will go from there. Thanks for chiming in and tuning in, and to Tyson Dolaney for chiming in. Thank you. I'm sure you enjoyed it as well. It was a good one. It was definitely a good one to watch. Okay, for those of you who are new to watching my channel and feel that the content I bring to you is something that you enjoy, feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. As for the rest of you guys, stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated. We will see you tomorrow for the Winnipeg Jets preview. We'll talk soon, guys.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the